As you probably already know, inflation is pretty bad right now, and everyone is having trouble making ends meet. If you look at inflation over the last 5 years, the last 10 years, it keeps going up, and it seems like the inflation rate keeps going up more and more quickly when you look at the actual numbers. We'll hear from politicians tell us how great the economy is, how booming that it is, how we have zero inflation or some crazy nonsense like that. If you go to the grocery store, if you go buy pretty much anything, you will see the effects of inflation. When you compare those prices for the exact same product with the exact same weight, you can see that inflation. They will manipulate the numbers. They will say that you can buy this the same price you could 4 years ago. However, when you look at it, you're actually buying less. You're buying a different brand name. You're buying, a generic brand, something like that. Or it just, they manipulate the numbers. I saw Bill Gates in a photograph probably 10 years ago. He had a book on his desk that said how to lie with statistics. And the government does it all the time. The politicians do it all the time. They like to toot their own horn and claim that everything is fantastic when it actually isn't. You can see it when you go shopping. You can see it at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and see that you have less money and less resources and less product now than you did before. It's obvious. They keep gaslighting us, telling us that it's not so when it actually is. Now, we've heard about Donald Trump saying that he's going to send the American people $2,000 each. We heard the same thing with the Doge. He's going to send us, I think it was $4,000, maybe $5,000, whatever it was. And all that money got really transferred. All the money really got transferred over to the military-industrial complex, into the Defense Department. So that's where that money went to. But it got everyone talking. It got everyone saying yay, 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 and everyone posting YouTube videos, everyone posting memes on Facebook, and they were all saying, this is great, we're going to get this money back from all this savings, but we didn't get anything. So, I'm not going to hold my breath about $2,000 because of the tariff money that we've supposedly taken in. And I also saw that the tariff money taken in, we paid that back anyway through more higher prices. But I also saw that the money they gained from that wouldn't cover, a $2,000 check like Donald Trump's talking about. So, I'm definitely, if it gets sent, I'm definitely going to take it. I'm definitely going to cash it. I'm definitely going to use it. However, it's just going to be more inflation because they can't stop spending. And every time they spend, we get more inflation because there's more currency in the system. That's not the only reason, but that's one of the big reasons that we're seeing all the price increases and all the inflation, because there's more currency into the system. So you're going to see higher prices. It's going to get worse. Inflation is going to get worse. And I forget how much that it was. You might know if you do, in the comments below. But I saw an article. I can't remember how much it said it was, though. Maybe in a video headline. But anyway, they was talking about how much that would be to send that $2,000 out to everyone. We saw the same thing with the COVID stimulus checks that went out. And we didn't see the inflation right then. You don't see it right then. You see it, 6 months, a year later. That's when it shows up. But now it seems like it's starting to happen more quickly. We're starting to see the inflation going up more quickly when they do these big spending packages and these bills and things that create more trillions of dollars into the system. So we see inflation 1, 2, 3, 4% going up. They try to hide the numbers through manipulation, through fake statistics, through just outright lies. But it's going to get worse. If they do this, like I said, I'll take it. You take it also. But know that it's going to buy, that $2,000 will buy a lot less a year from now than what it will buy right now. So that's why this actually does happen, and they actually do send out $2,000 checks to people for a stimulus. It's important to not blow that. If you have, your bills are getting behind, Not financial advice, just common sense on what I would do with it. If you're behind on your bills, take that $2,000 and pay what you can on your bills. If you need food, go buy food. If you need medicine, go buy medicine. And if you don't need anything right now, which a lot of people will do, probably most people will do, and you want to invest that and spend that now to get things that's going to be more expensive that you're going to need later on. Don't waste it. Don't go out and buy a TV like a lot of people did with the last stimulus checks. They go buy TVs, they'd buy video game systems and crap like that. It don't hold their value. It don't really amount to anything, which is the wrong thing to do. You want to take that money, if we actually do get $2,000, you want to take that and invest that. If you don't need it right now for your basic needs, invest that in something that's going to have value. If you can take it and you can buy some silver, do that. If you can buy a little bit of gold, do that, because it's going up in price. If you have a homestead, if you have where you can put it in a garden, it's not gardening season right now, but you can put in some raised beds. You can be working on it right now. You can do something to help produce more food, on your property where you are. And that'll save you money in the long run. Tools, things like that. Things that hold actual value. Like I said, gold, silver, ammunition, tools, supplies, long-term storage foods, because you're going to need to eat no matter what. So invest that $2,000 in something that's going to mean something. Try to make it count. Try to make it count. And get rid of it as quick as you can. Don't just put it in the bank, put it back, because it's going to lose value. Again, not financial advice, just common sense advice that I would give myself or anyone else. When you get it, spend it. Spend it on things you need right now. If you need things like paying your bills, if your car payment's getting behind, go ahead and pay that. House payment behind, go ahead and pay that. If you need to pay your electricity bill, go ahead and do that. Whatever you need to do now, go ahead and do it. Don't try to save it. Go ahead and do it. If you are caught up on all that, then try to invest it, like I said, in something that holds actual value. Those tools hold value. Gold and silver is going to go up in value. Being able to raise some of your own food is a valuable commodity to have, because you can grow your own food. Try to do something with it that counts. Don't waste it, because it's important. Extremely important, because it's going to get worse. You can think it's going to get better. I know this sounds like a Debbie Downer, as the saying goes, but it's just a fact. You look at over the last few years, inflation, prices, cost of living, quality of life keeps going down. And it doesn't matter if Joe Biden was in office, Donald Trump's in office, it doesn't really matter. They can't stop spending, and they're all ran by the same people, in my opinion. They're ran by the bankers, they're ran by the corporations, and everything they do reflects for them. It's like the 50-year mortgage deal that's been hearing so much about. Who's it going to really benefit? The banks. They'll get more interest. If you just pay that minimum payment, you'll never get it paid off. You're essentially renting from the bank, and they're going to get all the interest payments over all the 50 years, and they'll still own the home. The bank will. The insurance companies will get your insurance payments, because you have to keep insurance on your home. You should anyway, but you're going to keep it on there, so they're going to make money from that. So it's going to be benefiting, mainly the banks. You'll be paying rent. That's essentially what it boils down to the banks. You'll never own it. 50-year mortgage, you'll never own that house unless you just pay it off all at once, which most people can't do that, because if you're having to use a 50-year mortgage, then you're pretty much broke. You don't have the money to pay off that house. If you did, you wouldn't need a 50-year mortgage. So if you get a 50-year mortgage, these people that do that aren't going to be able to pay that off early. It'll go on for 50 years more than likely. And they may end up losing that during the process. But the bank will get all that interest. So it's really about helping the banks, in my opinion. It's about helping the banks, the corporations, the bankers, the military-industrial complex, the bankers, pharmaceutical industry run this country. And a lot of people don't want to admit it. They don't want to see it. And they think that when they get a different president, that's going to change. There might be a few small things that do, but the core things keeping on, and we keep getting screwed no matter what. That's facts of the matter. But if we get this $2,000, don't blow it. Invest it. Put it in something that holds value. Tangible assets. Ammunition would be a good one in my opinion, because you never can tell. Ammunition is definitely something that holds its value, and you definitely may need it in the near future for hunting or defense. It sounds like an alarmist video on a channel that isn't really about, prepping topics. This channel here, The View from Appalachia, but it's just common sense. Don't override your common sense with a quick burst of whatever it is you get when you buy things you don't need, pretty things, shiny things. Put that $2,000 into something that you can use. Pay a bill. Don't waste it. If you agree with the video, give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.